Hi YouTube, it's Kathy. So I'm back. I don't have a migraine anymore, which is great because that migraine lasted over 36 hours and was very unpleasant, so I'm very glad it's gone. But that's not what this video is about. While I was having this migraine, I had a lot of time to just think because I couldn't really look at things. In any case, I was thinking, and I thought back to my previous video where I did the reading in schools tag, link in the doobly-doo. In that video I talked about the importance of reading from a wide variety of different cultures, and then I thought to myself, how many have I read? How many books have I read from different cultures or different countries? So I've decided to do a project, and it's gonna take me a while. I've decided that I want to be able to say that I've read a book from every country in the world. Now, as you can imagine, to make this a little bit easier on myself, I put a few rules in place. So the purpose is to read a book, not necessarily a novel, but most likely a novel, from every country in the world where either the book is set there or the author themselves was either born there or lived there extensively. So the first thing I had to do was figure out how many countries there are in the world. According to countriesoftheworld.com, there are 197. According to Goodreads, I've read books from 16 of these countries so far. At least 16 ones that I've recorded, because Goodreads came along after I was a teenager and that's when I did a lot of my reading. But just like anybody in the fitness industry, if I haven't logged it, it doesn't count. I'm just going to go ahead and read what the definition of a country is based on countriesoftheworld.com. The independent country is not only self-governed nation with own authorities, this status needs an international diplomatic recognition of sovereignty. Thereby, we could say the total number of independent states in the world are 197, including the fully recognized 193 members of the United Nations. 2 countries, Vatican City and Palestine, have the status of permanent observers in the UN. Another 2 states were included are Kosovo, recognized by 108 UN members, and Taiwan, recognized by 22 countries. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to learn more about the world in which we live. Just to be clear, the books on my list aren't necessarily the best examples of literature that you can find from a given country. They're just meant to be from that given country. I have a link down below as to what my list looks like currently, and I would really love it if people could give me suggestions for the countries that I do not already have a book listed. I don't have physical copies of all of the books on my list right now because some of them I read from the library, but I'll go through the ones that I do have in my house that are on my list at current. The Rite of James Biddle by Andrew Bailey from Canada. The Rosh Architects by Stephen Hall. This one's from the UK, and when I first read it, I thought I was losing my mind. That's how good the book was. Behind the Beautiful Forevers by Catherine Boo. This one is written about India, so this checks off India on my list. The Reader by Bernard Schlink. This checks off Germany on my list. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This checks off the US on my list. Zelda's Cut by Philippa Gregory checks off Uganda on my list because that's where she was born. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson checks off Sweden on my list. The Solitude of Prime Numbers by Paolo Giordano, and I hope I'm saying that right, checks off Italy on my list. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller checks off Greece on my list. So when I was putting together the books for this list, I went through what I have in my collection. I found there were a few books that could check off things on my list if I were to actually get around to reading them. So 3 Cups of Tea would check off Pakistan on my list. The Kite Runner would check off Afghanistan on my list. Drunk Mom would check off Poland on my list. Bradstreet Gate would check off Israel on my list because the author lives in both Tel Aviv and New York. So what do you think? How many countries have you read from? I've apparently read from 16 so far. I've got a lot to go. This project is going to take me a while, but I'm really excited to read from different countries. If you have any suggestions as to books I should read from countries I haven't already checked off my list, please leave them in the comments below. I also have a link in the doobly-doo that will be a live link to all of the books on my list. I've also created a Goodreads link with all of the books that I've ticked off the list, so you can see all the books that I've already got on my list down below in that format as well. Eventually I would like to update my list with all books that I've read from each country, written by authors who live in each country, about each country, but for now I'm going to take the stance that if they are about that country or if the author was born there, I can check that off. I also decided I'm going to make this challenge a tag just to get the ball rolling, so I'm going to tag Ariel, Set, Books and Quills, and Margot Vandersmeesen. I really hope I said your name right, Margot, and if not, I'm really sorry. I'll leave links to their channels down below so you can go check them out, and I'll figure out how to get this tag to them so they can do the tag. I don't know how tags work yet, guys. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. I knew. Anyway, that's it for now. Wide variety, wide variety. That's how people don't get picked